You probably imagine ancient humans running from predators, hunting massive animals, and barely surviving each brutal day. That image is almost completely wrong. For most of human prehistory, your ancestors were not sprinting across open plains. They were sitting, talking, resting, and doing a lot less than you do before 9 a.m. Anthropologist James Woodburn spent decades studying modern hunter-gatherer societies and found something that challenges everything you think you know about early human life. The average person in these groups worked roughly 3 to 5 hours a day to meet all their basic needs. Not 8 hours, not 10, 3 to 5. Then they stopped. The rest of the day was theirs. So what did they actually do with it? They talked. Researcher Dunbar, the same anthropologist who identified the 150-person social group, found that in hunter-gatherer communities, roughly 2/3 of all conversation was social gossip. Not gossip in the petty modern sense, but the original function of language itself. Tracking who did what, who can be trusted, who broke an agreement, who deserves more status. Language, Dunbar argues, did not evolve so your ancestors could discuss philosophy. It evolved so they could manage the complexity of living in groups. They also played. A lot. Anthropologist Peter Gray has documented extensive evidence that hunter-gatherer children and adults alike engaged in long, unstructured play across most of the day. Adults told stories, invented games, practiced skills through play rather than formal training. There were no schedules, no performance reviews, no notifications pulling them out of the moment. They slept differently too. Sleep researcher Jerome Siegel studied the Hadza of Tanzania, one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer populations, and found they slept an average of 6.5 hours per night, far less than modern sleep recommendations, but they napped. They woke when the temperature dropped at dawn. Their sleep was not a rigid block, but a flexible rhythm shaped by light and temperature, not alarm clocks. And they touched each other constantly. Primatologist Robin Dunbar found that social grooming, the physical act of picking through a companion's hair, serves a deep neurological function in primates, triggering the release of endorphins and building social bonds. Humans replaced much of this with language, but physical touch remained central to daily life. Your ancestors did not shake hands from a distance. They were in constant casual physical contact with the people around them. Here is what makes this genuinely strange to think about. Your body is still calibrated for that life. Your nervous system expects 3 to 5 hours of meaningful effort, then rest. It expects long, unstructured social time. It expects movement woven through the day in short bursts, not compressed into a 45-minute gym session. It expects touch. It expects gossip and storytelling and napping and sitting quietly in the sun doing nothing in particular. Instead, you sit at a desk for 8 to 10 hours, communicate primarily through text, sleep in a single compressed block, and call yourself lazy if you are not productive every waking moment. The exhaustion you feel is not weakness. It is a body running a schedule it was never designed for. Economist John Maynard Keynes predicted in 1930 that rising productivity would lead to a 15-hour workweek within a century. He was right about productivity. He was spectacularly wrong about what humans would do with it. Instead of working less, most people in wealthy countries now work more hours than their grandparents did, filling the time that technology freed up with new forms of output, consumption, and performance. Your ancient ancestors would find this baffling. They worked to live. The idea of living to work would have made no sense to them at all. So the next time you feel guilty for wanting to sit outside and do nothing, for wanting to talk without an agenda, for wanting to rest in the middle of the day without earning it first, that is not laziness. That is your body remembering what a human day is actually supposed to feel like. Your ancestors did not hustle. They lived. And for 300,000 years, that was exactly enough.